Today we're going to be talking about the states that are most likely to flip to the Republican Party in 2020. I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm not saying it's likely to happen. Just these states are the most likely to flip in 2020, which doesn't say much for the president. Most people, when they talk about the re-election of the president, they don't talk about him expanding the map. They talk about him losing a couple states, but still holding on to that pathway to 270 electoral votes. So, like in my Republican, from Republican to Blue state video I just did, we're going to go with 4 states, and I'm pretty sure most of you can figure out what those 4 will be. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at the approval ratings and see what it means, and then we're going to go ahead and fill it in based off using the likely, leaning, toss-up, independent, and leaning in the opposition column to signify 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st, respectively. So, the state that is most likely to flip right now, we can go ahead and take a look at the state of Michigan. Just kidding. It's New Hampshire. Okay, New Hampshire. Right now, we go ahead and take a look. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at the 4th state most likely to flip. And in my Republican video, I kind of spoiled it by telling you the state most likely to flip. But we're going to start off with the 4th. That's the state of Maine. And right now, Donald Trump's approval rating in the state of Maine is 45%. So that's not necessarily the best for the president, but it's only down 3% from 2016. And I'm not talking about Maine's 2nd district. I'm talking about Maine at large. So we can signify that with the likely column. The only thing that's not beneficial to the president is that his disapproval rating went up 11% from 2017. But nonetheless, his approval rating is still holding on to a number of voters in his base. He just lost a couple, and he could definitely capitalize on them if he wants a great possibility of flipping the state and not just holding on to the 2nd district, which wouldn't even be the worst thing for the president. So now we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the 3rd most likely state to flip, and that is the state of Minnesota. That is one that I originally had as the 1st, moved it down to 2nd, and then took a look at a little bit more data and moved it down to 3rd. The approval rating of the president right now is 41%, but in 17 it was 46%. So again, he is losing a couple voters, but and his disapproval rating definitely did go up. But keep in mind, a number of other states aren't looking too keen on flipping either. So right now, these are the states that are most likely to flip to the GOP, but aren't likely to flip. If you understand what I'm saying fully, I'm pretty sure most of you do, but. Essentially, I'm just saying that these states probably aren't going to flip, but if you had to choose states that would flip, it would be these states. So Minnesota right now, yes, he's not holding on to his base as well, but he's only losing 3%. Again, if he comes back to a state like Minnesota and he gains a couple more voters, it definitely could be something that could help him win, considering Hillary Clinton won by less than 2% in a state that hasn't gone red since 72. So we go over to the 2nd state, and this is one that I was a tad bit conflicted on, but that is the state of New Hampshire. Right now, the state of New Hampshire, I'm going to put in the independent column, libertarian yellow, I guess. New Hampshire, right now, the approval rating of the president is 41%, and 17 was 45%. I guess that comment about the drug-infested den didn't do too well for the president, but right now, being such a close state from 2016, it looks likely that probably New Hampshire voters will possibly forget about it, even though the Republican Party will, the Democratic Party will consistently remind them. But right now, the approval rating of the president isn't too bad for someone who lost this state back in 2016. So our final state and our number 1 state is the state of Nevada. And their current approval rating of the president is, get this, 47%. Okay, only down 2% from 2017. Keep in mind, this is a state that Donald Trump lost to Hillary Clinton. So if that state flips, I mean, a number of other states are flipping. But right now, Nevada, the approval rating of the president is 47%. His disapproval rating is 49%, but still, he is definitely holding on to a number of his key voters, and he's only losing 2% of them. Yes, that could be a lot when it comes down to swing states, but considering that this is a state that most political pundits have already in the Democratic column for 2020, it definitely should warn a couple of them that he isn't so unpopular for a state that didn't go for him in 16, and also Democrats should worry about that Senate race there because it won't be a slide to victory just because they had won in 16, but keep in mind, winning in 16 is enough to possibly put that Democrat in 18 over the top if those Democrats are inspired enough. So, finish off the map. The 1st state, Nevada; 2nd state, Minnesota; 3rd state, New Hampshire; and the 4th state, Maine at large. Thank you guys for watching this video. Comment down suggestions below, and I will see you all tomorrow.